Well, Matt and Anansa, congratulations on the new show. Tell me a little bit about your experience about kind of opening up your lives this way in for the TV cameras.
Well, for me, I've been pretty open on social media, my Instagram. I laugh because Matt used to not like all my videos and having to take a lot of pictures and stuff, but I wore him down. He got used to it. But a good friend of mine, Datari Turner, he was like, I love your Instagram. I love your family. I love what you show. And I think this could be a show if you guys are interested. And, I was like, oh, I don't know if Matt's going to be on board, but Datari's partner is Jamie Foxx, and that's a good friend of Matt's. So we let Matt know about it and kind of waited on what he kind of felt and if he was willing, to open up and show, his most precious thing, his family. And he agreed, and we started rolling. So it's been a positive journey, right, babe?
Yeah, no, it is. And obviously, both of us having, experience in reality TV in the past, mine wasn't great. But it also understood, the opportunity and the audience and thinking big picture. And then also, putting some positive Black family and unity in this reality space that's saturated with negativity and ridiculous stereotypes. So again, I think what Anansa said was really trusting the partners and Datari and Jamie to know us and know what we're about and how we move, and having that trust in them and hoping that we can portray the same thing to the public. So, we had a great opportunity that was presented to us, and, we thought about it and agreed that it would be something cool to try. And, we had fun doing it.
Yeah, and one of the things you're really candid about is the struggles of any relationship, and your relationship in particular, and building trust. You had a breakup before this period you're in now. Talk a little bit about that process of, restoring that level of trust or building that level of trust between you two, and then that extra step, not just doing it, but then doing it with this audience. Like, what's that like for you?
We've been building for about our breakup was in 2020, so about 4 years now. What people didn't know from our social media was that we do couples therapy. And that's something we wanted to bring on the show and really share and kind of help break the stigma of, oh, if you're going to couples therapy, you're on your way out and it's toxic, and really look at it more of like learning yourselves, learning each other as a couple, and some of the positive sides that therapy helps with. Um, so that was important to us because when we broke up, people only saw the drama. And then when we got back together, they just saw us kissing and happy, and they're like, what is up with this couple? So I think, the show may help kind of dig into like what happened, how they've grown. I think for men, I've been hearing it's just been really important to them just to see how willing and open Matt has been to therapy, and how I know, from my experience and having, a dad and uncles, there a lot of times men are reluctant to do that. And just opening up and sharing his feelings with me was always a struggle for Matt. So the therapy helps to figure out why. And, now how can I communicate? Because, I don't know if all women, but I know me, like, I'm like, how are you feeling? And what's on your mind? What are you thinking about? And how did you feel about this? And he's like, ah, ah. I feel good. I'm fine. I'm like, that's not enough. Let's go deeper. So
That,
there, it's helped,
yeah.
bridge that gap between just being women and men, and how different we are and how different we think.
I also think our journey, doing our journey publicly is going to, encourage and help a lot of other people. I found that I've had a lot of public incidents, and although some of it was negative on the forefront, I'd always get positive reinforcement, whether it be emails or social media, like, hey man, thank you for sharing. I was going through the same thing and this really helped me. So, obviously this journey of building trust and love and communication is, I feel like, something that every couple goes through. And the fact that we're allowing cameras in on that journey, I think not only, no, again, as we're working bettering ourselves, I think this journey will help other people realize that, hey, okay, well, they did this or they did that, or they went to counseling. Well, maybe let's give this a try and try to better first ourselves, but then, ourselves as a couple as well.
Anansa, your mom, Beverly Johnson, is a big character on the show, and obviously she's iconic model. Talk a little bit about having her on the show and pros and cons of working with your mom on something like this.
I worked with my mom about 13 years ago on a reality show or unscripted docu-series or whatever you want to call it. But and it wasn't as fun as this, I will say that. We're in a great place in our relationship. She is a permanent fixture in our household, so naturally we wanted her to come on the show. I love all the feedback people have been giving, like just to be able to see supermodel Beverly Johnson, at home with the grandkids, trying to do stuff. It's hilarious. She's funny. She's hilarious. We're very opposite. My mom was definitely like the working mom, extravagant life, and I'm like the mom at home, cooking and cleaning and doing homework. So I love seeing her tap into that world, and it's funny to watch her in that space. But she's great. She's been super supportive of Matt and I through our relationship. And she loves our family. I don't think anybody is more excited about the show than her, like really, like how a typical mom would be. But I love having her be a part of everything, because she's a part of everything naturally. And for us at home, she's softer. That's what our kids call her. She's not this supermodel and everything like that. So it's nice for people to get a different glimpse of her.
Yeah. So Matt, one of the issues that you talk about in the first episode is, like women flirting with you when you're covering basketball games and things like that. How did you react to having to talk to Anansa about that on the show?
Again, I think one of my biggest things as I continue to grow on my journey individually is just being able to communicate and being open, real, and honest. And sometimes, it's saying stuff that, I don't want to say, but I think, that she should know. So just kind of sharing that moment with her and being on the same page with her with that. To me, it was just it was communication, and I feel like if you're open to communicate, which I'm learning to be better at, anything can be talked through. So I think that was a perfect example of, kind of letting her know what was going on, but at the same time, reassuring her and being on the same page that, this is what it is, and, this is how I, handle it. And, I want to be transparent and open with you as my partner. So again, I think I've been trying to grow through this process, and I just think this is a part of, my journey and my growth.
I think that's a great note to end on. Anansa and Matt, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the You Interview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.